All right, let's do a little easy 20-minute workout. We're gonna start by lying on our back in Savasana. Relax your feet, let your feet fall to the side. Let your arms relax down next to you. Let your shoulders go down your back and relax into the mat. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs as much as you can until you can't sip in any more air. And then open your mouth and sigh it out, letting all the air out slowly. And then take an inhale again through your nose, letting your belly rise, filling up your lungs all the way to the top. And then open your mouth and sigh it out slowly, letting your whole body relax into the mat. And then begin to breathe naturally in a way that just feels good. And just notice how you feel today without any judgment, without any expectation. Just notice it. And breathe. Listen to your breath. And then begin to notice any sensations in your body, any pain, any tension. And just notice if you have any room to let go of that tension a little bit more. Listening to your breath. And then notice your thoughts without any judgment. Just notice what thoughts are arising. And just be okay for this moment with whatever feelings or thoughts you have, whatever tension or pain or sensation in your body that you have. But then if you notice anything uncomfortable within your body and your emotions or your mind, anything that might be pulling you away from this moment or distracting you in any way, notice those and allow them to float away from you. Imagine those thoughts or feelings floating away from your body, away from the space around you. Picture them leaving out the window, out the doors. Just for this time as we practice, just leaving you here with your body, your breath in this moment. Take one more breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs, letting your belly rise. And then open your mouth and sigh it out, letting all the air out. And then begin to wiggle your hands, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and then bring your knees into your chest, opening your eyes if they were closed, and begin to rock side to side, just waking up the back, the hips. Reach your hands up to the sky and do some wrist twists, one way and then the other way. And then move your feet in circles, loosening up the ankles, straightening, flexing and pointing your toes, opening and closing your wrists, just getting some tension out of our fingers and our toes. Keep breathing. And then squeeze your knees into your body. Let your left leg go out long and your right knee comes into your chest. And then begin to pull your knees slightly towards your right armpit. So you're opening up your hip a little bit and allowing your left hip to stay flat on the mat. Just gently squeezing it towards your right armpit. If it hurts, just pull back a little bit, just a little stretch. And then take your left hand to your knee, pull your knee across your body towards the left, feeling that twist in your spine and your hip, and reach your right arm out to the right. You can have it straight or you can cactus it. So you're bending at the elbow, your hand pointing up, looking over to your right hand. Just allow your knee to relax. If you have a block or you need some kind of support for your knee, you can place it underneath your knee. And just relax into this twist and breathe. Take one more breath here. And then slowly bring your knee back and squeeze it up towards your right armpit. And then let it go as you switch legs, pulling your left knee into your chest. And then slowly begin to pull it towards the left armpit, giving it a little squeeze, feeling that stretch in your hip and your thigh. And breathe. And then take your right hand to your knee, pull your knee across your body to the right, feeling that twist in your spine, keeping both shoulders flat on the ground, and allowing this knee just to relax. If you need to get a block or anything to support it, you can, or you can kind of just let it float. And then reach your left arm out to the left, or cactus your arm, looking over to the left, and breathe. In a natural way, just breathe and relax into this twist. Take one more breath here. And then slowly bring your knee back to center, back towards your left armpit. Squeeze it in. And then bring your right knee back up to your chest. Both knees are into your chest. Rock side to side. And then we're going to rock our whole body back and forth twice as we make our way to a seat. So we're going to just rock and roll. And then find your way into a comfortable seat for just a moment. Sit up tall or an easy seat, legs crossed. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always bring your feet together into butterfly pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're gonna sit tall here in whatever way that your legs feel comfortable. Sit up tall, shoulders down your back, hands on your knees, and gently begin to bring your chin down toward your chest, slowly stretching out the back of your neck. Keep on breathing here. Take another inhale. On your exhale, begin to slowly roll your right ear towards the right shoulder. And then inhale as you come back. And exhale as you bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And then slowly coming back to center. Inhale as you bring your head back up. Exhale as you bring your chin back down to your chest. Inhale as you roll your left ear to your left shoulder. And back. And then begin to exhale as you bring your right ear to your right shoulder and chin down to your chest. And then inhale, coming back up to center. And exhale. Now on our next inhale, let's reach our arms up overhead. And then exhale as you bring your right hand down to the mat and reach the left arm overhead. As you exhale, open your chest. Keep that left hip down on the mat to really feel that stretch right here in your hip and your side body. Reaching high, bringing that left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Look up to your hand. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. 1 more time. On your next inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, left hand down to your left side. Exhale as you reach overhead, opening the chest. Right shoulder comes back, left shoulder goes forward. Keep that right hip down on the mat. Look up to your hand. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. 2 more times. And then on your inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then inhale as you open your arms wide. Exhale as you give yourself a hug, shoulders down your back. And then as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And just feel that stretch in the back of your neck and the back of your shoulders. And just breathe here a couple times, really deep. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And as you exhale, deepen that stretch and deepen the rounding in your back. And just breathe here a couple more times. And then slowly come back up, unraveling the arms. And we're gonna make our way to tabletop position. And that's where you have your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, your back is flat, you're pushing away from the mat. And we're gonna do a couple cat-cows. So with your arms straight, your back straight, take an inhale through your nose, and then exhale as you push away from the mat, round your spine, tuck in your belly, round your back, tuck in your chin. And then as you inhale, drop your belly into cow. Lift up your tailbone, open the chest, look up. Taking in a big breath of air. And then on the exhale, back into cat, pushing away from the mat, rounding your spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone, letting all the air out. And again, inhale into cow, dropping the belly, open the chest, look up. And then from here, you can continue into cat and cow at your own pace, your own breath. Breathing with each movement. You can also move any way you'd like. If you want to shake your hips and move your head opposite to the way that you move your hips, stretching your sides, and just breathe. You can do circles with your shoulders and your hips. Just kind of feel into your body and see what you need in this stretch. We'll take 2 more breaths here, doing whatever feels good in your body. And then come to a flat back again. And then bring your knees as wide as the mat, bring your toes to touch, and then push your hips back towards your heels, dropping your elbows, and then sliding your hands and your elbows out as far as you can in a way that's comfortable, not like too much effort, more of a relaxing pose. This is child's pose. And this is a resting pose. So you're gonna drop your forehead down to the mat and just breathe here. Breathe in a way that feels good and comfortable. And this is a good time to tap into your intentions, meaning, what is your goal today? Are you looking for peace, connection, joy, balance? Think of your own word or phrase just to think about what your goal is today in your practice. Take 1 more breath here. And then slowly come back up to tabletop. And we're going to prepare for downward dog. So look down at your hands. Press every finger into the mat as firm as you can. Straighten your arms and then flip onto your toes and then slowly begin to lift your hips up, straightening your legs, straightening your arms, trying to reach a flat back here. And once you reach your hips as high as you can, begin to pedal your knees. You can sway your hips, you can nod your head, you can move your arms. Just find some movement in any way that you want to move. Just move and breathe. Feel the stretches wherever you feel tension. Maybe stretch out those areas and breathe. Take one more breath and then find some stillness. Really reaching those heels towards the mat. They don't have to touch, just reach them. You can slightly bend your knees so we don't hyperextend. You can slightly bend your elbows so you don't hyperextend, but press every finger into the mat. And you really want your elbow pits to be pointing forward. So really bring those elbows behind you and then look through your legs and breathe. Let's take some deep cleansing breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then bend your knees a lot here. Look towards your hands and then slowly begin to walk towards your hands into forward fold. I'm gonna back up so I'm in the camera. Into forward fold. Bend your knees a lot here. We're gonna do ragdoll pose. So here, to take any weight off your back, you're really gonna just bend your knees a lot. Let your head be heavy. And then if you want, you can grab opposite elbows. Nod your head yes. To get out any tension in your neck. Keep breathing. Shake your head no. You can swing side to side to get any tension out of your lower back. Just take one more breath here. And then you can come back to stillness, drop your hands, and slowly begin to roll to standing. Straightening the legs first, rolling up the spine, shoulders come down the back, rolling up the head last, and looking straight ahead. And now we're in mountain pose. So mountain pose, we're standing with our feet under our hips. So if I can show you straight forward, it's just feet under your hips, hands down by your side, shoulders are rolled down the back, and you're looking straight ahead. So we're gonna stand in mountain pose for just a moment, feeling really strong, really gripping the ground with your feet. It's a simple pose, but it's a powerful pose. As you stand here, think of your intention today, and then inhale as you reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, a cleansing breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, now that our hands are here into heart center, we're gonna begin our Ujjayi breath. We've been doing a lot of cleansing breaths, which is in through the nose and then blowing out the mouth. Now we're gonna do, for the rest of our practice till the end, we're gonna do Ujjayi breath. So it's gonna be keeping our lips sealed, breathing in through the nose, and breathing out through the nose. But instead of just breathing out through the nose, you're gonna really constrict the back of your throat to really have this loud, breathy sound to make it more powerful. So let's try that again. In through the nose, out through the nose, constricting the back of your throat. So we're gonna continue that with each movement as we move forward. So inhale as you reach up high, exhale, and again, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. All right, now we're gonna do some half sun salutations. So just follow along as we continue our Ujjayi breath. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. As you hinge at your hips, folding in your pelvic bone. As you keep a flat back, reaching down towards the mat. Drop the head. This is a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to your shins or your thighs. Shoulders down the back. Your back is flat. You're looking down. This is halfway lift. And as we're here, we inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching forward, hinging at the hips. Drop the head. And then inhale as we reach our arms all the way up. Root to rise. Extended mountain pose. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that a little faster. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up tall. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so just to clarify some details, it seems like a simple sequence, but it really helps with flexibility with the hips. So when you're doing the forward fold, you don't just want to, fold over without intention. So really you want to find your hip bones. And we can do it with our hands on our hips. You want to find your hip bones. And as you fold forward, you really want to picture your pelvic bone as a bowl. And this is the edges of the bowl. And you want to picture as you forward fold, you're tipping over that bowl first. You're leading with the hips, folding them down towards the thighs. That's what's going first, and then the rest follows. So we're really getting a good hinge in your hips here. Okay, and then when you come up, you want to feel those hip bones move back up. The bowl is open sideways. It's not all the way tipped over. It's just halfway lift. And then again, tip that bowl over and down. And then inhale, extended mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so let's do that again, considering those little details in the hips. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Now we're going to move into a couple full sun salutations. And there's some modifications with this because it depends on if you want to do some strength today or just something a little more easy. So you can follow along. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat firmly, stepping your feet behind you into plank. So here we're in plank, you're pushing away from the mat. Rounding the spine, you're opening your shoulder blades here, pushing away from the mat, using your core. You can separate your feet a little bit if you need more balance, or you can even just bring your knees down and just hold your arms up, or you could even do a tabletop here, depending on what you want to get out of today's workout. But I'm going to stay in plank because we're not here too long. And then you're going to use your toes to shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows into your ribs, come down. That was chaturanga. Your hands are next to your shoulders. Push your hands into the mat. Lift up the chest, look up, cobra. This is a baby cobra. Inhale, exhale down. Flip onto your toes, push up into downward facing dog. Then we're gonna bend our knees, look up to our hands, step up to our hands into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so that's a full sun salutation. We can modify it however you want. If there's spaces that you're like, I don't wanna do plank, I don't wanna do chaturanga, that's kind of where you can cater to what you want. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time quickly. You can insert what you need to in that moment. And then from there, we'll move on to downward dog. All right, so this time we're actually just gonna end in downward dog and we're gonna go from there. Okay, so once we reach downward dog, we'll stay there. And then we'll do some other poses in downward dog. All right, so here we go. So mountain pose and inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step your feet behind you into plank. Push away from the mat. Use your toes to push your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows into your ribs. Come down to the mat. Your hands are flat on the mat, shoulders down your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Flip onto your toes. Push yourself up. Downward facing dog. Once you get here, let's take some cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can pedal your knees. And take some more cleansing breaths if you need them. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to inhale as we lift our right foot up high, keeping your knee pointing down, flexing your foot, keeping your hips straight so we're not off balance. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bring your knee in, step it next to your right hand, lower the back knee, and then bring your chest up. Find your hips. You want your hips to be pointing straight ahead. Pull your hips back. So it's almost the opposite movement of a forward fold when you're folding it forward. Here you're going to hinge your hips back so your tailbone comes forward, and you'll feel a deep stretch in your left thigh here and your hip. All right, so our knee is over the ankle. Our hips are forward and pulled back. Your back foot is behind you. If you need more balance, you can take your right foot to the right a little. Shoulders are down the back. Inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, opening our arms wide. Hold it here and breathe. Think of your intentions. Take one more breath. And then on an exhale, we're going to tilt forward, taking your left hand down to the mat, reaching the right arm up, opening the chest, and breathe. Look up to your hand. Breathe your Ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Think about your intentions. Listen to your breath. On your next inhale, come back up to our twist. Exhale, and then inhale as you come back up to center. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, framing your front foot. Flip onto your back toes, step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Take a breath and exhale with your mouth open. Pedal your knees a little bit. On your next inhale, lift the left foot high. Your knees pointed down, your foot is flexed, hips are even. Take an inhale. On the exhale, step the left foot forward next to your left hand. Bring your right knee down. And then bring your chest up. All right, we're in a low lunge. Make sure your knee's over your ankle. If you have a hard time with your knees, you could also get a blanket or something soft to put under your knee, just so it doesn't hurt. All right, so find your hips and pull your hips back. Feel that stretch in the right hip and thigh. These little things will help you get more flexible. If over time we keep doing these movements, you'll feel that stretch. If it hurts, maybe take it easy and just work your way there. But that's kind of a hint for the consistency of that movement. You'll get more flexible in your hips when you start pulling those hips back, and you'll feel, whew, yeah, it's stretching. All right, so inhale, arms up, and exhale, twist to the left, and just breathe here. Ujjayi breath. Think of your intention. If you're thinking about what's for dinner, maybe come back to your breath, listen to your breath. And then on your next exhale, reach your right hand down, tilting, reach the left arm open, keep that front knee bent, look up to your hand, and breathe. Ujjayi breath. right, on your next inhale, come back up to the twist. Exhale, and then inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you frame your foot. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Pedal your knees out. Take an inhale. And cleansing breath, exhale. Take a couple breaths here, whatever you need. And then slowly begin to walk your way up to your hands. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right. So let's see, we've been recording now for 30 minutes. So we're gonna do tree pose, and then we're gonna close out the practice, because this was supposed to be a short practice, but this is taking a little longer than I planned. All right, so let's do tree pose just to get some balancing in. So tree pose, we're going to stand in mountain pose to start. Feet under the hips, hands down by our side, just to kind of get our foundation ready, really pressing all parts of your feet to the ground. And then you can bring your hands to your hips. And we're first gonna balance on our left foot. So really press in your big toe, little toe, heel. Slightly bend the left knee. And then you're gonna bring up your right heel. You can open, and then open your knee to the right. And then from here, you can either leave your foot there, you can let your heel rest on your ankle, or you can bring it up to the side of your shin or ankle. Or if you want to go higher, you can bring it up to your thigh. So from here, find your balance, really press that foot into your leg, open your chest, find your hip bones, tilt them back, shoulders down the back, hands to heart center, and breathe, Ujjayi breath. When you feel ready, bring your hands up overhead and open your branches and breathe. You can wave your branches in the wind. Just take one more breath here. And then on the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Drop your foot down a little bit. Bring your knee in and set it down. All right, let's shake that out and we'll do the other side. All right, so mountain pose. Feet under the hips, hands down by your side, shoulders down the back, and then bring your hands to your hips. Press into your right foot, your big toe, little toe, heel. Slightly bend your knee, and then begin to lift your left heel off the ground. Open your knee to the left, and you can leave it here. You can rest your heel on your ankle. You can lift your foot up onto your ankle or side of your shin, or you can bring it all the way up to your thigh. This side, for me, I like to do it on my ankle. Every side is different. For me, it just depends on what side. So I'm gonna put it on my ankle. So once you're here, find your hip bones. Let your hip bones go back. Open your chest, shoulders down the back. Looking straight ahead and breathe. Eventually you can bring your hands to heart center. When you're ready, bring your hands overhead. And you can open your branches and just keep breathing. Think about your intention. You can wave your branches in the wind. Take one more breath and then bring your hands to heart center. Bring your knee in and set it down. Shake it out. Whew. All right. Now let's go ahead and close out our practice. We're gonna come down to an easy seat, which is legs crossed or in butterfly pose, feet touching together. You could also bring your feet straight out, like whatever's comfortable for you. I like just to sit easy seat, cross legs, sit up tall, shoulders down the back, hands on my knees. Let's close our eyes for a moment, or you can gently look down at the ground. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose, letting your belly rise, letting your lungs be filled with air. And then open your mouth, exhale, letting all the air out as you relax your shoulders even more. Let's take one hand
to our heart, one hand to our belly. Think about your intention and really tune in to your heart, to your gut, to your body, to your mind. Just tune in, be here right now, without any judgment, without any expectation, knowing that you're doing the best you can. Let's take a deep breath in and blow it out. Take one more breath as we reach our arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. I like to end my practice saying, the light in me sees the light in you. We're all human and we're all connected. Bring your thumbs to your forehead and namaste. All right, thank you if you joined me today. And I hope you have an amazing day.